Uttamam Devi Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Vajraeshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttam Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Nashtaki. So continuing with the discussion on Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Lila, Chapter 5, the activities of Sakshi Gopal, text 120 onwards. उत्कलेर राजा पुरुषोत्तम देव नाम सई देश जीनी नीला करिया संग्राम. So Sakshi Gopal, now he was installed in Vidyanagar and a temple was built. Now another story starts. So Utkalera Raja. Later there was a fight and this country was conquered by King Purushottam Dev of Odisha. Okay. Sei Raja Jini Nila Tara Simhasana Manikya Simhasan Nam Aneka Ratan. The king was victorious over the king of Vidyanagar and he took possession of his throne, the Manikya Singhasan, which was bedecked with many jewels. Now, why was there the fight of Purushottam Dev with the king of Vidyanagar? It's not described here. So, what had happened? This king of Kanchi, or it says king of Kanchi, but here it says king of Vidyanagar. Maybe it's the same place. So hard to understand this. So king of Kanchi, he heard about, not king of, Purushottam Dev heard about Princess Padmavati, which was a daughter of King Shaluba Narsimha of Kanchi. So Purushottam Dev sent a nuptial proposal that I want to marry this princess. So the king of Kanchi, what he sent a spy to Puri to know the well-being of Purushottam Dev and his kingdom. But what happened? Now it's all Lord Jagannath's arrangement. When that spy came, it was the day of Rath Yatra, Jagannath's Rath Yatra. And now it's a tradition that the king of Puri sweeps the road in front of the chariot. So the spy, he did not understand all this. He saw the prosperity, opulence of the king of Odisha, but he did not understand this. He said, oh, he gave the report when he went back that this man is not real king. He's like a sweeper. So the king of Kanchi, he sent the word that no, this guy cannot marry this. Even though he's king, King Purushottam Dev, my daughter will not marry him. My daughter will not marry a sweeper. So he sent the message. Now King Purushottam Dev, he got angry. He was hurt and he got angry. He said, this is insult of, not me, this is insult of Jagannath. I was sweeping the road as an honor for Lord Jagannath. So he got whatever little army he had, and he attacked king of Kanchi. And although Kanchi was far away, it's not that close, it's far. But he attacked. And this king of Kanchi, King Shalu, he defeated Purushottam Dev badly. He killed not all, but many of his soldiers, and he defeated and sent him back. So King Purushottam Dev, he came back, and he could not sleep at night. He was so disturbed by this defeat. So he went at night, he went inside the temple to Lord Jagannath. Now he's the king of Puri, he could go at night. And he was like a child crying in front of Jagannath. Why this happened? I went there to protect your honor. Why did I get defeated? And he was crying, and Lord Jagannath then appeared, and he said, "Okay, you go and attack that king of Kanchi again, and this time I'll be with you." No, first Jagannathji told him, "Well, you went to attack him, but did you take my permission first time?" Purushottam said, "Well, I was so angry because he insulted you." Jagannathji said, "Still, you should have taken my permission. You didn't take my permission, but this time you go and we'll take care." Okay. So Purushottam Dev again got together whatever soldiers were left, and he again started towards Kanchi. So when Kanchi is towards the southern part of India, so from Odisha when they were going, so there is a village near Chilika Lake. There's a Chilika Lake after Alarnath, and there's a village there. I'm forgetting the name of the village. There is a village. I read it somewhere. And there was this lady named Manika. And King Purushottam there and his whatever little army, when they were crossing, this lady Manika, she stopped Purushottam there. And he said, "Why? What do you want?" Manika said, two of your soldiers went in front, and they drank all my buttermilk. They were very thirsty, and I fed them buttermilk. They drank all of my buttermilk, and they said, "Our king." They said, "We don't have money. Our king is coming. King is behind us, and you just take money from him." King Purushottam Dev was shocked. He said, "What soldiers? Whatever little bit army I have, they are behind me. They're riding with me, and there are no soldiers who went ahead. You're lying." Manika said, "No, no, no, I'm not lying. Why do you say I'm lying? The soldiers, they gave me a ring to show you that we are his soldiers." And king said, "Okay, show me the ring." And when she showed him the ring, King Purushottam Dev saw that ring was actually Lord Jagannath's ring. And it was stored safely in the treasury of Jagannath temple. And he was shocked. He was crying. He asked the Manika, how did these two soldiers look like? What did they look like? She said, "Oh, they were very solid and very big, and they were very strong, and they were riding on two large horses, and one of the soldiers was black in color, one was white, and the black one was riding on white horse, and the white one was riding on the black horse." And King Purushottam Dev understood that this is the work of Jagannath and Balramji, so they have gone ahead. So King Purushottam Dev, he was so happy with this lady, Manika. And he said, "Okay, this whole village now belongs to you. I give the whole village to you as your remuneration for that buttermilk that you fed to my soldiers." So, so this is what he gave. And then when he reached Kanchi, so some places it is said that he fought, and some places it is said the king of Kanchi was already defeated before even King Purushottam Dev reached Kanchi. And he was defeated by these two soldiers, of course, who can stand in front of Jagannathji and Balramji. So King Purushottam Dev, then he took so many treasure from the kingdom of Kanchi. So one was Ratna Singhasan he got. Princess Padmavati, because King of Kanchi refused to marry her to Purushottam Dev. And King of Kanchi had, when he first defeated King Purushottam Dev, and Purushottam Dev said, I'll come and take revenge or whatever. He said, if I defeat you again, I'm gonna bring your Jagannath Ji, and there's a temple of Ganesh Ji in Kanchi. He said, I'm gonna install him behind Ganesh Ji. Now he was defeated. So King Purushottam Dev took that Ganesh Ji, took Sakshi Gopal, took another deity of Radha Kanta from Kanchi. Let me remember if he took another deity. No, I think these three. And he brought all these deities and the Singhasan and this princess. So when he came back, this Ganesh Ji is now installed in the Jagannath temple complex, is behind Jagannath Ji. And not on the same altar in the complex, but it's behind Jagannath Ji. So he wanted to take revenge of, why did you say that you will install Jagannath Ji behind Ganesh Ji? No, Ganesh Ji will be behind Jagannath Ji. And he installed Radha Kanta, and some say Sakshi Gopal was also installed. When we go to take darshan of Jagannath Ji, there are three rooms. So one is the internal where Jagannath Baldev Subhadra is there. Then there's a room in front. So that is where he installed Radha Kanta, and some say Sakshi Gopal also. and this princess Padmavati. Padmavati was kept in the palace. And Purushottam Dev was so angry with her father. He told his minister to find a proper sweeper to marry this lady to, this princess to. We're gonna marry her to a sweeper. And minister said, yes, my lord, we'll find a wonderful sweeper. So let's wait. Okay, fine. Now, when this Radha Kanta and Sakshi Gopal, they were installed there. So one day, Jagannath Ji came in the dreams of the pujari. He said, who did you install over here? And pujari said, Radha Kanta, and Radha Krishna, and Sakshi Gopal are there. Jagannath Ji said, see, my cooks, they bring bhoga from these doors. And when they bring bhoga for me to eat, they start eating even before you chant all the mantras, before you do all the offering. They eat so much of stuff on the way. So you go, take them out, install them somewhere. So we think Jagannath Ji doesn't notice anything, or the deities, there is no loving exchange. There are plenty of loving exchanges there. So that is when Sakshi Gopal was taken to Cuttack. And Radha Kanta was installed in Gambhira. That is where Chaitanya Mahaprabhu stayed when he came there for 24 years. Of course, 24 years he stayed. That was the house of Kashi Mishra, sorry. And inside that house, there was a small room called Gambhira. So Mahaprabhu stayed inside that room for 12 years completely. They didn't even meet anybody after that. So Radha Kanta was installed there, and Sakshi Gopal moved to Cuttack. So from Cuttack, then he came to this village near Jagannath Puri, which is now known as Sakshi Gopal. Now, about that princess, Padmavati. Now, Padmavati was very much in depression that what kind of sweeper this Purushottam Dev is going to marry me to, and what will happen to me? I was a princess. But this minister, he was very sincere, very senior, and he assured Padmavati, don't worry, we'll take care, don't worry. So then came the day of Rath Yatra again. And King Purushottam Dev was sweeping this road in front of Lord Jagannath's chariot. And that is when that minister brought the princess Padmavati. And then he brought her and he asked King, who can be a better sweeper than you who can marry this princess? There's nobody better than you. So then Purushottam Dev also agreed and he married her finally. But all this, see the pastimes of Jagannath, how he does his pastime, nobody knows. Purushottam Dev was defeated, and then Jagannathji and Balramji they defeated the king of Kanchi, and then they brought all these deities from them. But Sakshi Gopal, look at him. From Vrindavan to Vidyanagar, which maybe it's Kanchi or maybe there is some other transaction between Vidyanagar and Kanchi, I don't know. And then from Kanchi to Jagannath Puri, Jagannath Puri to Cuttack, Cuttack to now his place, Sakshi Gopal. So, so we don't know what these deities do, how they do, what they do. We just don't know. We just have to serve them. That's all. Otherwise, we cannot understand the pastime. Okay. पुरुषोत्तम देव से बड़ा भक्त आर्य गोपाल चरणे मागे चल मोर राज्य. King Purushottam Dev was a great devotee and was advanced in the civilization of the Aryans. He begged at the lotus feet of Gopal, please come to my kingdom. Tare bhakti vashe Gopal, tare agya dina, Gopal laya se katake aina. When the king begged him to come to his kingdom, Gopal, who was already obliged for his devotion service, accepted his prayer. Thus the king took the Gopal deity and went back to Cuttack. So it wasn't like he just forcibly put the deity on his chariot, he begged him to come. Jagannathe ani dila manikya singhasan Katake Gopal seva karila sthapan. After winning the Manikya throne, King Purushottam Dev took it to Jagannath Puri and presented it to Lord Jagannath. In the meantime, he also established regular worship of the Gopal deity at Cuttack. Tahar Mahishi Aila Gopal Darshane Bhakti Kari Bahu Alankar Kaila Samarpane. When the Gopal deity was installed at Cuttack, the queen of Purushottam Dev went to see him and with great devotion presented various kinds of ornaments. This was the tradition. The king and the queen, they present various kind of ornaments. Why? Of course, they understood that everything belongs to the Lord, nothing belongs to us. And the Lord has to be or should be worshipped very opulently. And all these ornaments, gold and diamonds and other jewels, they were used to decorate the Lord. And so in case there is some shortcoming in the funds, then the pujaris could sell and get the funds for the service of the Lord. And this is the mode, and this is the right mode. But obviously, those who don't understand it, they go and break the deities, murtis, and loot all the jewels. And this is what actually this Gauri, who came to plunder Somnath temple 17 times, and so much of gold and jewels he looted. But every time the kings again decorated the temple and fixed the temple and for the deities' worship. But this is the part, because those who don't have devotion cannot understand. You cannot eat golds and jewels. So I always wonder, where did 17 times he looted so much. It wasn't like one sack, there was plenty. Where did it go? You cannot eat it. Jewels will remain as jewels. Gold will remain as gold. And if we go to that village in Afghanistan where Muhammad Ghori belonged to, it's a ruin. And then there's nothing. Few huts are there. That's it. So where did all the jewels and the gold go? But the kings in India, they again installed and decorated the temples and the deity with gold and jewels. And there's still so much of jewels in South India, in all these big temples. There's so much of wealth is there, treasure is there, because it belongs to the Lord. That's what we have to understand. It belongs to the Lord. Even in Jagannath Puri, a few years back, there was a news that some place there was a house building was going on. They were excavating, and they found so many bricks of silver in the earth. So we don't know how much treasure is there in Jagannath Puri. Nobody knows. And in fact, the boundary wall of Jagannath Puri temple, just the boundary wall, during British time, they the the government and the engineers, they started digging the boundary wall to find out how deep it is, and they could not dig deep enough because it was still deeper than from wherever they stopped. So we don't know. Nobody knows what is going on over there. And there could be some much more treasure over there hidden somewhere. Well, it all belongs to the Lord, and then the Lord wants, He can bring it out, and His service should go on nicely. That's all. Um, but this is how the deities should be served. Of course, the deities, they say just patram pushpam phalam toyam. Krishna says, yad yome bhaktya prayachati. Just offer me with love and devotion. But those who are well off, they should offer whatever they can in their capabilities. And the Lord will be pleased. Okay, I guess I can stop here. See anybody has any questions or comments?
Nice class, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Thank you, Mamta.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, please accept my humble obeisance. Prabhuji,
Hare Krishna.
we saw in the Sakshi Gopal case also that DT personally came and to prove give the Saksha. And then here also Jagannath ji did. So here in all these devotees, one thing is is so common is that they have so much faith in Lord. They don't just consider them deities, but actually they consider him that real uh, Lord. Is it something which we in our stage, neophyte stage, don't have actually? We still consider our richness, our intelligence more powerful than the deity actually, Prabhuji?
Yeah, but it takes time. That's all it is. We just have to, our sadhana bhakti has to be properly done, and then it will slowly, we can develop that Raganuga bhakti. Takes time.
Yes, I don't know. If this last lifetime we will be able to have this much faith or not. But yeah,
Well, if it can happen in one lifetime, I'll be very happy.
exactly. So it's too difficult actually. Matlab,
No, the process is very nice. You just keep on doing it. That's it.
oh, okay, Prabhuji. Thank you
Yeah,
so much.
don't worry about the results. Results will come. Whenever we are ready, results will come. Don't worry.
Yes, Prabhuji, actually, all these purports which Srila Prabhupada has written, it gives us says that at least, even if not this lifetime, but someday it will show its result. We are
Oh
just
yeah,
pointing the
oh
right
yeah,
path.
it will happen whenever.
Yeah.
Let Krishna or Prabhupada be the judge of that.
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Very nice class.
Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.